Okay. Part two of the club that I paused there for an hour or so, and now I'm back. Yeah, so Edmund Burke is the next member of the club that we meet. Irish, um, not Catholic, because you can't be Catholic to actually serve in Parliament, which is what he ends up doing after a little bit of an apprenticeship. Great orator. Um, con- not conservative. Tory. Um, not a radical. Not somebody who he's someone who is very much um, standing for incremental change, and um, that basically people should be suppressed. That this is the fear of the mob. This is the Gordon riots. It becomes the French Revolution, where there's a real fear, the American Revolution. There's a real fear that things are going to get out of control. Um, Basically arguing that the responsibilities is to the people of the present, but also people of the future, and also people of the past, the dead, and that basically, with all those responsibilities, the people of the present don't have the right to disrupt what has come before them or what will come after them, which someone like Thomas Paine very much argues against. Um, and it's interesting because with talking about Burke's political ideas, you get Johnson, um, who is also he's very much kind of the pragmatist in a way, of just like if you disrupt everything, if you throw everything into chaos, then it could get really, really nasty. You get, you get Boswell, who is very much like, oh, it would be very, it would be vulgarians. It's obviously the most best way to kind of to have a free and lively imagination and life is to have is to have kind of the monarchy, a partial monarchy in charge of things, and it's just like. Well, yeah, fucking Boswell sitting at the top of the pile. And I mean, both Burke and Johnson are guys they are both what you would call upstarts, um, who are very much coming from below. So, it's not like they're speaking as maybe Johnson, if he was more together, would speak of his hereditary position that he's defending. It's like, no, these are guys who've by their own kind of dint have risen in their thing. There's a thing of Edward Gibbon saying, like, in an earlier age he might have just ended up being, a slave or a farmer and never been given the chances that he could have he got in this particular society that he lives in. But there's also just this fear of these men that things would there's that human nature, humankind is a powder keg which is going to explode. Now, on the other side of this, after post the French Revolution and Gordon riots, um, there's a famine. There's the horrible winter, and there's famine. And Burke argues against any government assistance to this, using Adam Smith, another member of the club, saying, "Oh, it's the free hand of the market will provide, and that this isn't a thing that government should do." And actually, saying that the best thing would be to manufacture more booze to basically as a soporific to drug up the masses, um, to pacify them, but not feed them, which is reprehensible. Seems fucking cold hearted. Seems really, really, really like, wow. So there's some pretty challenging things here. It's interesting. You know, this is, I guess, before this point, you could say, well, there wasn't any alternatives to the idea of monarchy, of aristocracy, of the rule of the few over the many. There wasn't any alternative. But now you have Rousseau, now you have the French Revolution, and I mean, maybe a lot of people are rightly looking at it and thinking this is pretty dangerous. This could be a death knell. This could cause untold amounts of suffering. Though, you know, that's from the point of view of people who are sitting at the top, still pretty high up on the top of the pyramid here, and not from the viewpoint of the people way down below who might have a lot less to lose, might just be like swapping one misery for another. So yeah, it's an interesting chapters there. Yeah, liking this, especially with Burke, a little bit away from the psychobabble of Johnson, who definitely this is not a great this is not a great portrait of Johnson, of not Johnson, of Boswell. Boswell's really coming off bad at all this. Not liking him one bit in context here. All right, I will leave it there. More videos later.